Hey everyone, Ashley Sanders here, and like most of you, I am thrilled with the announcement of the MLB The Show 21 cover boy, the cover, the cross-platform capabilities. We even got the release date today. There's a lot to digest, there's a lot to go over, but I'm very excited and happy to do that for all of you today. But before we get into the frequently asked questions and their answers, for those of you who may have missed it, let's jump on over to Twitter and look at the MLB The Show 21 cover boy in Fernando Tatis Jr. As you can see in the Sports Center tweet, he is the youngest cover boy as well as the first cover boy from the San Diego Padres. So good on Tatis Jr. for this. We see here the PS5 cover of the game. It is the same for PS4 as well as Xbox One and Xbox X. Yes, you heard me correctly. MLB The Show is no longer a PlayStation exclusive game. It is now here for all of the Xbox users. So it's very, very exciting for it to go cross-platform as well as supportive in the new generation of consoles like the PS5 and the Xbox X. It's very exciting. And let's just talk about this cover for a brief second. It is beautiful. I love the light blue in the show 21. The picture of Tatis is the most perfect picture you can ever put on a cover with him. It is incredible. The attention to detail, his autograph under the little highlights around his name in the bottom right hand corner. This is a beautifully executed cover, and I'm very excited to play this game when it comes out April 20th of course 2021. Early access starts April 16th, so keep a watch out for that as well. Pre-orders are already available. Of course, the standard editions of the games are available for pre-order today. In 2 days, on February 3rd, we're going to have a little bit more information about the digital deluxe download, as well as any legend editions, collector's editions, of this game. So a lot more information to look forward to. And now, without further ado, let's address some of these frequently asked questions about the game and provide some answers. I'm going to hop on over to theshow.com. They have it nice and organized right in front of me, right here on their website. So let's start with the first question revolving around saves. Will MLB The Show 21 have year-to-year saves? The quick answer is no. We understand this is a huge aspect of the community, but this will not be involved in MLB The Show 21. In my opinion, it's one of the biggest cons of the game, especially for a lot of players who have been using the same data or the same franchise for years and years and years, whichever their longevity is with this game. So that is rather unfortunate, but in my opinion, there are also a bunch of pros to kind of maybe not necessarily outweigh that con, but at least kind of provide some positivity and a possible negative lens for some people and long users of the game. As for the second question, will cross saves be part of MLB The Show 21? Yes. As we read here, saves between platforms will be part of MLB The Show 21. We will be sharing more details on how to enable cross saves prior to launch. So that's at least very, very good, especially with the new generations of consoles. If maybe you start on PS4 and then maybe in a few months you get that PS5, we're going to have cross savings and you're not going to lose your data upon any generation console switchover or anything that might inflict upon that situation. So that is at least good when it comes to the saving aspect of MLB The Show 21. As we move on to these next sets of questions with the SKU and upgrade paths, the first one, if I buy a current gen standard edition of MLB The Show 21, is there an upgrade path to the next gen version? And the answer is no. So keep in mind, if you decide to pre-order the standard edition and in a few months you also purchase either an Xbox X or a PS5, you will then have to buy that next gen copy game. It will not duplicate over. Like it says right here, however, if you purchase any collector's edition of MLB The Show 21, which we will get more information about in just 2 days on February 3rd, you will receive both the current and the next gen versions of the game. I've heard you would get the physical disc for the older generation systems, such as PS4 and the Xbox One, and then you'll get a digital code for the Xbox X or the PS5, so keep that in mind as well. Next question, does the next gen version include the current gen version as well? Users who wish to have access to both the current and next gen versions of this year's game should purchase a collector's edition of MLB The Show 21. Again, a pretty redundant answer when we talk about that first question. However, another way to ask this kind of question as well as answer it, no, you're going to have to pay a little bit more of money in terms of the collector's edition if you want the game on both generations of consoles. Moving on, will the collector's editions include an upgrade? Again, a little bit redundant with these previous two questions, but it does provide a bit more clarity. The collector's editions will include access to both the current and next gen versions. If you purchase a digital collector's edition, you will receive entitlements for both the current and next gen systems, something I just previously alluded to. If you purchase a physical collector's edition, you will receive a current gen disc with a next gen digital entitlement. Lastly, for this category, I already own a next-gen system, whether of course that be the PS5 or the Xbox X. Can I buy a collector's edition? And the answer, all of the MLB The Show 21's collector's editions come with dual entitlement and come with access to current and next-gen versions of the game. This is the case for both the physical and the digital collector's edition. So again, when it comes to pre-ordering the different games that are available to us, keep this in mind. The standard edition is only going to come with that one game for whichever system you choose. The collector's edition is going to have that fluidity of going between consoles. And then lastly, just a few general questions to go over. How many platforms is MLB The Show 21 available on? Especially with some speculation coming with the Switch or maybe even the PC. For this year at least, we're still getting the PlayStation 4. Of course, with the addition of the PlayStation 5, it is also supported on the PlayStation 5. But as we mentioned at the very beginning of this video, the game is going cross-platform to all of you Xbox users, both the older generation in the Xbox One and the new generation in the Xbox X. It is very exciting because this is just going to provide more opportunities to grow the community, bring in more players, interact between the systems, both the old generations and the new generations, and just grow the community, and more importantly, growing the love of baseball. It is incredibly exciting. SDS did this 100% right, and it is very neat to start seeing this in action. Moving on, with cross-platform play, will it be available on all platforms? Yeah, online crossplay is available across platforms. So it looks like it's going to go from new gen to new gen, so PS5 to Xbox Series X, and old gen to old gen, PS4 to Xbox One. I do believe, as we can see here, as well as within console ecosystem, so PlayStation 5 to PS4, Xbox X to Xbox One. So the only cross-platform combination that will not work is from a new gen of one system to the old gen of a different system. So for example, the new gen PS5 will not be able to cross-platform with any Xbox One users. Reversely, any Xbox X users will not be able to cross-platform and play with any PS4 users. Again, that is a pretty much decreased audience in terms of the other ways you can multi-platform this game. So again, I still think this is a huge win for the MLB The Show 21 and SDS community. Last two questions here. Can I use stubs purchased on Xbox on PlayStation or vice versa? This is a question I actually didn't think about, and I'm glad it was asked here and answered, because the answer is no. Purchased stubs can only be used on the platform they were purchased on. Stubs earned through gameplay, however, are available to be used on any platform. So this is intriguing in a sense. If you're buying stubs, make sure you're buying stubs on the console/account you want to use those stubs on. However, this is a little caveat and intriguing to me. If you earn those stubs through gameplay, it seems like they're going to be able to transfer across your account if it's on also different consoles. So something that I'm personally unfamiliar with. I'm sure we'll get more experience as we get the game and different consoles on our hands, but something that was asked and something that was answered so that we can prepare appropriately for. And then lastly, can I play against users on a different console? This question was kind of already answered, but just to reiterate, yes, you can play against other players who are on a different console, including all console generations. An active PlayStation Plus subscription is required for online multiplayer on the PS4 and the PS5. An active Xbox Live Gold subscription is required for online multiplayer on Xbox One and Xbox Series XS. So keep in mind, you do have to pay for online gameplay, but once you jump through that hurdle, you then have access to multi-platform, play with different users across different consoles as long as you pay for that appropriate monthly subscription. Wow, I did a lot of talking there, but let's go back to the cover real quick. There's a lot of emotions, there's a lot of excitement. It's very nice to have this news in February. Let's be real, it's been a very crappy year, but in my opinion, MLB The Show 20 made the last year plus a little less painful. The content was extraordinary. It was out of this world. I'm very excited to see how that is replicated, reproduced in some fashion in the show 21. It's only going to go up from here, especially in terms of cross platforms. I'm just like, y'all can see in my face. I'm like out of words. I had the FAQs to go off of now, and now I'm just pure emotion and excitement. Like, is it April yet? I have finals at the end of April, so you bet I'm gonna start my studying extra early so I can squeeze in as much gameplay, as much content for all of you. For those of you who do not know, I do stream on Twitch. I am a Twitch partner. You can find me at twitch.tv/Ashley_Sanders. Feel free to give me a follow there. I would really appreciate it. If you haven't already, make sure you thumbs up this video, hit that subscribe button, and lets me know you're enjoying what I'm doing. I love you all so very, very much. Thank you for watching this. If there's any questions you have that I did not answer, please put it in the comment sections down below. I will do my best to then research and answer and get back to you ASAP. If there's any speculations, comments, or you just want to talk about your own excitement about this game, let me know in the comment section down below. I will see you all in the comments. I'll see you all tomorrow, Tuesday afternoon, over on my Twitch channel. I have a few other announcements in terms of where my platform is personally going, and it's going to be very, very exciting. One of those is new emotes. I'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you all for watching this video. Let's go MLB The Show. Let's go!